Let's do one more. Your boy had no more gang stalking. Let's do one more, y'all.
Joining me now, ABC News' Faith Abube, who's live there in Charlottesville, right there on the University of Virginia campus. So, Faith, what more are we learning now about this suspect? Anything about him, how they found him, all the details?
And good afternoon to you, Kira. You know, that sigh of relief that the police chief was talking about, it is reverberating all across the campus here amid a really difficult day for UVA and the Charlottesville community. You know, the shooting suspect is now in custody 12 hours after that horrific shooting last night. It's still an active scene behind me. Authorities are still here gathering evidence. Authorities tell us that they received word of that shooting just after 10 o'clock last night. When they arrived, they found multiple victims with gunshot wounds on a bus full of students. The bus had just returned from Washington, D.C. There was a field trip for a class. They went to D.C. to see a play, and this was part of the university class. It's unclear at this point whether the suspect was enrolled in that class and was on the bus on the field trip, or if he wasn't, how he got on the bus in the first place. But 3 of the victims that he allegedly shot did die. 2 others are still in the hospital. They were injured. One of them is being treated.
Paid to harass him.
That person is in critical condition.
They're supposed to be his partners.
At this point, the school has not identified the 2 other injured victims, but we do know that they have identified the suspect, Christopher Jones. As you said, he is a student here at UVA. He turns 23 years old this week.
23.
And he is a member, or he was a member of the UVA football team, but according to the athletics department website, he never actually played in a game. This afternoon, we're hearing that he is facing several felony charges, including second-degree murder, using a handgun in commission of a felony, and we're also expecting investigators, as they get more information, they will be adding more charges to this. But as for what we're learning about him, well, police are still figuring out the motive behind the shooting. We're still learning some new details about him.
Listen to this.
Apparently, this is not the first time he's encountered authorities. According to police, he came to the attention of the UVA threat assessment team. He allegedly made a comment about having a gun to a person who was not affiliated with the university, but he didn't actually make any threats, according to police, and his roommate never actually saw him with a gun. And so
let's hear that again. Threat assessment team. He was a non-investigative subject, man. He was gang stalked.
A gun to a person who was not,
and he blew 3 of them gang stalkers' wigs back.
Not affiliated with the university, but he didn't actually make any threats, according to police, and his roommate never. This fall, he allegedly made a comment about having a gun to a. Be adding more charges to this. But as for what we're learning about him, well, police are still figuring out the motive behind the shooting. We're still learning some new details about him. Apparently, this is not the first time he's encountered authorities. According to police, he came to the attention of the UVA threat assessment team.
Threat assessment.
Just this fall,
you got to have eyes to see this, man.
Gun to a person who was not
we in the world of illusions, man.
He didn't actually make any threats, according to police, and his roommate never actually saw him with a gun. And so we're not sure what happened to that case, but there was another alleged hazing incident. The circumstances.
See, if you don't know what's going on, you can go with the narrative that they try to give you, right? This is what's going on in this country: genocide, secret kill and coat programs, secret coats and genocide programs.
The threat assessment team also learned that
United Nations, man, it's
criminal incident involving a concealed weapon
involving
the suspect. This apparently happened outside of Charlottesville last year.
It's dark.
School policy does require the suspect to report an incident like that.
The federal, city, county, and state teams get together. So the FBI and ATF typically show up to offer assistance, a little, whatever the local jurisdiction actually needs.
Yeah, man.
Still working together. So
more genocide.